Mr. Thompson here. We're looking at U.S. History Standard 11, examine connections between rise of big business, growth of labor unions, and technological innovations. In particular, we're looking at part E of that standard, discuss the origins, growth, influence, and tactics of labor unions, including the American Federation of Labor. Unskilled laborers were subject to low wages, no vacations, long workdays, and unsafe workplaces. Sign me up for that job. Because individual workers had little power to change the way an employer ran a business, workers banded together to demand better pay and working conditions. There was strength in numbers. Over time, labor unions grew significantly and influenced business operation. Union strategies included strikes, protests, and political influence. The American Federation of Labor is an example of an early labor union in the U.S. that held significant power. Originally, labor unions were organized for either skilled or unskilled workers. Each group had its own union. The unions relied on collective bargaining to obtain their demands. However, when employers refused to bargain, labor unions used direct action, like labor strikes, to get what they want. The earliest national labor union to use these methods was the Knights of Labor, founded in 1869. Members of the union were both skilled and unskilled workers. While initially effective, the union lost influence and power when it failed to win agreement in the Missouri Pacific Railroad strike and suffered distrust from the Haymarket Affair in 1886. Furthermore, skilled workers were reluctant to support lower paid unskilled workers when they went out on strike. Samuel Gompers, a Jewish immigrant from England who came to the U.S. in 1863, was a cigar maker by trade. In 1886, he helped create the American Federation of Labor, often referred to as the AFL. He was president of the union from 1886 to 1924. His union accepted only skilled workers. The AFL was also designed in a way that workers were organized by craft rather than by geography, which had been the method used by the Knights of Labor. Gompers did not see capitalism as the enemy, as had radical members of the Knights of Labor. He also urged union members to work with owners for higher pay and better working conditions. The American Federation of Labor was not trying to reform the universal economic system. Rather, it promoted practical goals that would impact the daily lives of individual workers. Even though Gompers supported negotiations between workers and owners, he was not above using work stoppages, so labor strikes, to obtain what was desired. Gompers' tactics proved to be very effective up until the Great Depression. The AFL was successful due to its sheer numbers, over 1 million members by 1901 and up to 4 million members at the height of its power. The development of labor unions in the US, including the AFL and others, brought more awareness to the growing division between business management and the workers. The conflict between the two groups, management and workers, sometimes grew violent, as was the case at the Haymarket protest and the Homestead Steel Factory strike. The labor unions did bring about a much greater awareness for the need of unity, between all employee levels in a business.